Hello and welcome to this episode of Women of Nerd Culture. We are the Women of Nerd Culture. My name's Sarah, and with me, as always, is Becca.
Hello.
But oi oi, we have an extra woman here.
Oi, oi.
Some say she's the chief kitten herder. Some say she wanders Tyne gathering lost nerds. Some say she's the guest looker after her. All we know is it's Laura,
Hi.
who is here to have a chat about the upcoming event of Summer Nerdfest at Gateshead
Hello,
Stadium on the
hello.
19th of July.
I'm glad I didn't have a job title now. That was way more exciting.
I thought it would be. I did tell you it
I
was.
lost Jig.
But how are you doing in this hot and steamy
Oh, right.
weather?
Oh,
I
it's
must admit,
so
I
hot.
don't enjoy it. I'm so British. I hate it.
Yes, I'm
I'm
very
like, I
much the
hate it.
same.
Give me calls. Give us calls.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
we don't have the AC for this. This is not
No,
good. I'm not.
no.
No, I'm not happy.
no, no.
Not
Oh
happy.
dear. Now, me and Becca have been to the most recent Nerdfests as well, and we really enjoy them. We love a good wander around the stalls and seeing the guests and things like that. But right, we're here to have a chat about Nerdfest first of all.
Yeah.
What is it in your own words, Laura?
Oh, what is it? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I would say it's a really fun, inclusive, family friendly, nerdy event. That's probably the best way that I can put it.
Yeah.
Just because I've been to loads of cons in the past, I've been to a lot of events, and I do think Nerdfest, because I mean, I've only been a part of them for the last couple of events, and I've always attended them, and I've
Yeah.
always said, now I always take my little boy, I'm happy, and I'm always say it's so like friendly and inclusive for like different ages, for different anything really, ability, just everything, different kind of humans. Was it just everyone?
Yes, it's actually one of my favorite events because of how inclusive it is. Because I've got a tiny
Yeah.
human, and Nerdfest was her first. Well, it's both of our first ever up north conventions, and it's tradition now for us to go to Nerdfest at Easter because that's the first event that she ever went to, and she remembers that it used to be in the boiler room in Newcastle. And obviously, we've changed
Yeah,
we've changed to Gateshead because it's getting bigger. You
yeah.
you kind of outgrew the
I
space ever so
was,
slightly, didn't you?
yeah, and I was quite shocked at, not shocked because like I knew it was going to be busy, but you never know on the day. But because it was such a bigger event, we just didn't know how big it was going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, really
It kind
impressed.
of felt like it had expanded appropriately to the venue size when
Yes.
you went to Gateshead.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
it still had like some very busy areas, but you still had the nice little quiet corners as well, which
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I know a few of us like now and then.
Yes, and I really
I do.
I really enjoyed the last one. I love the fact that you had different things. You had the science guy for the kids. You had the sword fighting. They were
My group,
your group, yes, Sarah's group.
yeah,
They were so inclusive and just so lovely. And then obviously we then had Adam who was doing the
Adam.
singing.
mhm.
We just loved that event. It was so well done.
There was a lot, and I think that's what it is. It's like me and Michael are always having conversations. I mean, he's like, "Is there any ideas that you've got and things like that?" And it's always trying to keep it so like it, so there is stuff for the family as well. Because you do sometimes go to the event and it's a bit like overwhelming for the kids or what have you. But if you've got something that'll keep the kids entertained over there, like the magician's always there and things like
Yes.
that. He's really fun actually.
He's my favourite part. He's brilliant. Every
Yeah, and I
time.
think because he's just there's a lot of jokes. I don't know whether because I don't get to watch him that much, but I've obviously met him and I've seen him, and he does some quite tongue in cheek jokes that are
Yes.
Yeah.
quite like nearly there, and you're like, I get that, but luckily the kids don't.
Yes.
It's really good,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, uh, I've heard people refer to it as retro quite a lot, and I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that term because a lot of the stuff that's there is from my childhood, and I'm kind of like, am I
Yeah.
really retro? Uh,
Mm.
I'd like to think I wasn't quite yet, but
Vintage.
Yeah.
I'm the
vintage.
same. I'm the
Am I vintage
same.
yet? But
Yeah, I'm the
yes,
same. Yeah.
Nerdfest, they've got like movie sets. I know Kit's been there, the car from Knight Rider. There was the turtle van last time.
Love
There
that.
was the
I love
Stay
the
Puft
turtle
Man
van.
head. All sorts like that we've had.
Ghostbusters.
Yep.
I originally used to go because the Northeast Ghostbusters used to go, and my little boy was obsessed with Ghostbusters, like
Yeah.
from being really, really little. So that used to be a massive draw for us, and the setup with the Gremlins was always like a really cool setup. I
Yeah.
think cinema, that was a really good one as
Yeah.
well.
hmm my son liked the Jurassic Park gates.
Yeah,
He likes
that's at
them.
Cineworld at the moment.
Bolden.
Yeah,
All right. Obviously for the launch of the new movie.
yes,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Nice, nice.
Definitely
But
check
of
that
course,
out.
even better, you're using the event is also to raise money for local charity.
Yeah, yeah. Cash for Kids, yeah. So
Mhm.
I don't know, don't quote us because I don't know how much percentage, but there is a massive percentage of the ticket sales and things do go. And then
Mm.
there's collections on the day and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really good for charity. I know that Paul, not Paul, I'm thinking of Paul Nerdy up north. He's not called Paul, Michael. Got his name wrong. He goes to the events like afterwards. They do
Mhm.
like little with Stephen Curran and things like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They do events and stuff that he gets to go to and like present the check and things like that. It's pretty
Oh,
cool.
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
nice. So you get to see the other side of it as well from like what he
Apologies for
gets to
calling him
be.
Paul. I don't know where that came from.
That's okay.
Oh, right. So I know we've already kind of had a little chat there about it, but one of the first questions we traditionally ask guests on the show is, do you consider yourself a nerd and what are you nerdy about?
100%, 100%. What am I nerdy? What am I not nerdy about? In my living room at the moment, um, my hyperfixation for a long time now has been Wicked
hmm
and Wizard of Oz. So in my living room at the moment, it is actually green as well. So it's like an Emerald City. But I have but I have like the Wicked pops and the Wizard of Oz pops.
Oh
So I
yeah,
collect
yeah.
pop vinyls. So pop vinyls have kind of always been my thing for about 10 years now. I don't know whether you might already know this about me, but I used to make custom pop vinyls.
I
Mm.
didn't.
Yeah, so I had a business called Pop Goes the Vinyl.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
right,
And
yes.
we used to make pop vinyls, and we actually won a worldwide competition once,
That's cool.
randomly
Wow.
at San Diego Comic Con.
hmm
So what Funko did is they used to say, yeah, you can make custom pops because they give us ideas to make future pop vinyls. We get to see what's popular by what you're making because we used to make pops that like Funko hadn't made yet. So Peaky Blinders didn't they make them for a long time? They do now.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, they're very close to the design we made as well. So they do take ideas from custom pop makers. But obviously, in turn, we're able to use the pop vinyls and the license to
Yeah.
make our own stuff. So what Funko did is they said, right, we're going to do a competition and you send photographs in, and it was getting judged at San Diego Comic Con. So the
hmm
guy who was the CEO of Funko judged it at San Diego Comic Con. So we
Wow.
sent our photos in. Obviously, we're not there at San Diego Comic Con, unfortunately, but there's like forums and stuff online, and everybody's chatting and saying like, "Oh, who's won?" And on the day it happened, we're getting messages from we're like, "Somebody's won who's made a truck," and we were like, "That sucks." So basically, what we made is, and I don't know if you've seen it, but John Favreau does a movie called Chef.
Yes.
Have you seen it before? Not.
I haven't known.
He's in it, he's made it, he's, sing the theme tune, write the theme tune. So he was in the movie, but he created the movie, and it's basically like it's about a food truck, and he goes around and he cooks and things. But what we made was the food truck. We used the Deadpool chimichanga truck,
Right.
turned that into the chef truck, and made like John Favreau's character, a little boy, and another character. And we actually won first place.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
So we won actually a 10-inch toothless from How to Train Your Dragon prototype,
That's so
Wow.
cool.
which I must admit we did sell because we sold for quite a bit of money.
hmm
And I wasn't that bothered about How to Train Your Dragon at the time. So I was like, oh, we'll just sell it. It's something that we're kind of not really going to be able to do anything with. But that's kind of where I guess my nerdy journey started, the custom pops. And then I've always collected pops, and I've kind of always been into, I don't know, would I say niche things? I don't know.
I mean,
Things that people,
the top that you're wearing says a lot to me about what you're nerdy about as
yeah.
well.
I've got a Guardians of the Galaxy tattoo. I can't really say it on my arm.
That's cool. I love it.
But the
That's
mixtape.
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've always kind of had, and I'm not kind of ashamed to say that.
No,
Shouldn't
no.
be.
You, you know when some people are like, "Oh, you're such a nerd," and I'm like, "Thank you," because that's actually a compliment, and I find that really complimentary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I guess I've been a part of Nerdy Up North for a long time. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Really, I've always kind of anything you can collect, I will try and collect. Lounge fly bags is my other. Haven't
Mm.
bought them for a while. Do you guys own any lounge fly bags?
I'm not a bag or purse person,
No.
so I
Okay.
can appreciate them for
Yeah.
what they are. They're very pretty and very unique, and I love the design of them. They're just not something that me personally.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've got a rucksack, but those bags would not fit enough of my crap in it that I need day to day.
You'd
So
be surprised. Not that I work for Loungefly, but you'd be quite surprised at how much fit in them bags.
I don't know. I carry quite a lot of crap around.
The bigger the bag, the more crap you carry, isn't
Yeah, I suppose so.
it?
I quite like Funkos, the thing. I know they're not everybody's thing, but I find them quite an easy item to like kind
They're
of
a nice little design, aren't they? Because they've got like a chibi kind of style to them, and they're quite
yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
friendly. Not everybody have mine in boxes. I know
Mhm.
I know Paul likes to take them out the
Oh,
box. We
I've got
know.
mine in boxes.
I've got mine
I
in
think it
boxes as
looks
well.
uniformed in a box.
Yeah.
I've got Breakfast Club ones over here. I've got Stranger Things. Like I have a lot in storage that I don't have out at the moment. But yeah,
Yeah.
they've always been kind of my thing, which is
Mhm.
sometimes not ideal when you get like suckered into like a collection.
Oh,
know.
I have to admit, I've got my eyes on the Rocky Horror Show collection that's coming out for the anniversary. Like
Oh,
that's
because
something that I really want to get a hold of.
I was thinking they have had Rocky Horror Show pops before,
They
haven't they? But
have,
very
yes,
old.
yes.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like they're from like I think the number's like 212 onwards or something like that. Very
Yeah, and
early.
I think they're like the very basic original pops that they had as well, where they look kind of
Yeah.
all look really similar, don't they?
Very expensive already on eBay though.
Mm.
Just
Same.
a tad.
I was happy about the Wizard of Oz because obviously the original Wizard of Oz pops are quite expensive now, but when they brought them out, I kind of prefer the newer designs anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the older Funkos and they don't really have a lot of character.
No. I've
Yeah.
just I think they're a great thing just to have like a little token piece in a room to like just let people know this is what I'm into. This is
Yeah.
my
I know,
nerd.
and I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to instantly like watch a film or be into a series and I'm like, is there a Funko of this? Like, I need a Funko of this right now. So I'm not as mad as I used to be. But I don't know if that's just me trying to be a bit more sensible with my money. Who
Oh,
knows?
It could be.
I'm very picky about what I've got.
I've only got. I think I've just got Power Ranger ones.
Oh wow!
I've
So
got.
like, just what have you got?
I've literally.
Just like all the ones?
I've got the pink Power Ranger. I've got 2 yellow Power Rangers, and I'm still wanting to collect more of the original ones. So.
So what is your favorite? Who is your favorite Power Ranger?
Oh, okay. So my OG favorite Power Ranger is Trini from Mighty Morphin. I've got a bit of a pink Power Ranger shrine, so
I was always the red Power Ranger. I always fancied him. However, I did briefly see him at a Comic-Con and he didn't seem that friendly and it put us off him.
no, there's a lot
There's been some
around.
dodginess there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
He's quite like he was really arrogant, and what I thought was quite funny was nobody was really going to his table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's a bit of a drama llama, in all honesty. Yeah,
And I'm gutted that I never got to meet Green Ranger because I do think he
Yeah.
lived for that franchise, didn't he? Like he really did.
he does, and
He genuinely seemed like a lovely person.
yeah, and I'm just hoping his last Power Ranger film, The White Dragon, will live up to expectations because
Yeah,
it's supposedly in its final building stage, and it should hopefully be out very, very soon, supposedly.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Then.
We'll have to wait and see.
That.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that his final role will be everything
Absolutely.
that we hope.
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, I'm nerdy about Power Rangers, Star Trek, Doctor Who, and Dragon Riders and Prone. Nearly forgot the last one then. Dragons. We had to get dragons mentioned somewhere.
Mulgrew.
Yes. So
No, I've got the Labyrinth ones.
Oh,
you do.
I've got the
newer
Labyrinth
ones.
collection. Yeah, I still think there should be a Sir Didymus and Ambrosius one though. I can't believe
This is
they
why
didn't make
making
it.
custom pop vinyls work,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of sets. You go, well, why isn't there a one of them?
Why is this character not in it?
You know, this is a really like an example, right? Do you know Anchorman, the movie Anchorman, right?
Yes.
They made every single pop of that, right? Apart from what's the guy with the hat again, the cowboy hat?
Oh, I
Can't
forgot
remember
his
his
name.
name. Anyways, well, that's probably why they didn't make him. We're like, what's his name? Who is he? He, though, was on one of the main characters, and they made every single character. They made something
Except
like 5
him.
different Ron Burgundys, but not him.
Yeah.
It just sums it up
They didn't
really.
do a Veronica. They didn't do a her either of it. So it's like,
And honestly, I look in some shops these days and I go, well, I know that show quite well. Who the hell's that?
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know. Like sometimes it's a licensing thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, so some of the pop finals are bobbleheads. Marvel
Mm.
and Star Wars are bobbleheads, and that's a licensing thing. That's for so because there's such a heavy licensing for Marvel and Star Wars with toys. Funko get around it by making them bobbleheads, and the class does not toys. It's a really
Yeah.
weird loophole for licensing. So it could just be that, but if they've got the rights to a movie, then surely they've just got the rights to
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
just
would
them
make
being lazy.
sense. It would make sense for
Yeah,
that to be a thing. It
yeah,
really would.
but the Peaky Blinders we almost got in trouble for because the company at the time that had Peaky Blinders was Endemol. They contacted us to go, how popular are these? Because we want to put the idea to Funko. However, also stop making them because you don't have the rights.
All right. We're
So I
gonna
was like,
steal your
okay.
idea and run off with it. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, actually, I'm quite pleased that you've heard who I am. So there you go.
Love it. What was your favourite one to build? Favourite
I
Funko
used to
that you
like
built?
making like custom ones of like people, like just like you know, like if you came on and you said, right, what I want one of me, because like we've got a lot of people who like have got them for weddings, birthdays,
Yes.
anniversaries, Christmas, and I did used to like making them because I think I like the idea of like somebody having that as their like gift to keep forever. And the best one I think I made that I found out that about was I'm a massive Backstreet Boys fan, right? And I mean like I'm a boy band fan, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got to meet AJ from the Backstreet Boys because he was randomly at a Comic Con, right?
That's amazing.
Right, and I was obsessed. And I met him and I gave him a huge hug, and it was very embarrassing. And I made him a custom pop because there wasn't Backstreet Boys pops at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I made one for him and I made one for me, and I got him to sign it. And I kept that. And he said, oh, I actually collect these and this will be going like on my collection. I was like, oh my God. So like
Wow.
things like that, when we make them for and Mick Foley, also the wrestler, we made one for him that there wasn't a pop of a certain character that he does Mankind. And his daughter actually has that on her show.
That's amazing.
Oh.
I love that.
Yeah, so things like that, like and we've got to like work with a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. But yeah, making them for like people personally was pretty cool because people had them as like wedding toppers and stuff like
Yeah.
that, which is quite cute.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
I had some friend that was after like pop figures as her wedding toppers, but it was kind of like before people had got on to making them because it was
Yeah,
she had like some of the early pops and went, that would look great on top of my wedding cake, but we just couldn't get anybody to make them at the time.
yeah.
So we ended up with Lego figures.
Oh, that's cute as well,
But
though.
that was cute. That was still cute.
Very cute.
Right, we had a few questions from the community about
Okay,
Nerdfest. So if you don't mind, we'll go through a few of them.
of course. Hopefully, I can answer.
Yeah. Do you know how Nerdfest came to be then? Was there like a gap in
Oh,
the
well,
market and what
if I'm
made you
going to
think
hazard
we
a
need to do
guess,
stuff for kids?
I'm going to hazard a guess because I don't really know, but I've got a feel because I went for a couple of years before I worked at it, and I
Yeah.
know Michael. So Michael used to have a retro arcade in Lowfell, I want to say. What is it classed as Lowfell? And I know he'd had events. So I recently, because I do the TikTok, because I run the TikTok as well. I asked for a lot of photographs and stuff, and they did date back quite a few years. And they did used to call them something else, Northeast Retro Gaming Events or something, before it became Nerdfest.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many years they go back, but I know it does go back quite a few years. I think the first one we went to would have been about 20. I'm just thinking how old my son is. First one we went to was about maybe 2019.
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm not actually very sure the very first one. That would be a question for Michael, but I definitely
Yeah.
know I went for a couple of years well before I got involved, got my claws
Yeah.
in it.
And what made them include the kids stuff? Because I tend to find that a lot of cons don't always have stuff for like the younger
Yeah.
people.
I think maybe it's because maybe it's an element of Michael has kids and he's and some of the other guys who have always worked on it had kids. And I guess with them having the arcade, I mean the arcade's such a mixture because I worked in the arcade a couple of times and I used to go to the arcade and it was all the old style arcade machines and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's an element of like it is cool for like the people of our generation, but then it did intrigue the younger kids as well. So I guess
Yeah.
like there was a kids' parties, like he would have it there. So I don't know whether maybe he's just kind of took an element of that as well and thought, well, this would be cool on a grander scale.
Yeah.
And have all the stuff there for the kids. Because at the end of the day, like if you're gonna have the adults turn up and stuff like that, it's nice to I know what it's like to try and get childcare and stuff
Yeah.
for things like that, you know.
I
So,
never have childcare.
no, me neither.
I literally any event that I ever go to, my little human comes along with me, and Nerdfest for that reason was my favorite event. We went to the first one, I want to say 2022, and they had the arts and craft area, and
Yeah.
it was brilliant. The lady that ran it, absolutely amazing. I've seen her at different events since, and she's just so lovely and
Yeah.
bubbly. And it's why I keep coming back, because of that element, the fact that children are so included in it.
Well, me and Michael quite often will converse and we'll say, like, is there anything you can think of? And I actually I work with kids. I work in a primary school, so it's part of my job as well. So I've always worked with kids all my career. So I'm always thinking about stuff like that. And I think it's really like important to just think, how can we make this not just kids, but how can we make this inclusive for as many people as possible? Like, obviously, we had a brief, like me being someone who's neurodivergent, have an environment there, and I always think it's really quite it's interesting because neurodivergent people sometimes, mainly, we kind of sometimes try and avoid like crowded places, or we avoid like places like that. But for me, because we're all kind of much of a likeness and we're all kind of into the same, it's like our tribe.
Yeah, we run in packs. Neurodivergence, we run in packs.
Yeah, so it's very much like I always say, like I've always been really like happy to have my child like involved in something like that, because I like them to be involved in something that's so inclusive that everybody like does just fit in. Do you know what I mean? It's like nobody stands out. You don't go and nobody's like, oh my God, look what they're dressed. Like everyone's just like, that's really cool because they're dressed like that. Or,
Yeah.
you know, like I only started cosplaying on the last couple, and I get really nervous about doing it because I put it out there and I go, I'm going to dress like this. And then I'm like, oh, I've really like bigged myself up. I really like big this up here. And I'm going to get there and people are going to not like it. So I get really nervous about it, but it adds to the like the event as well. Like, because I always make sure, like, I always tell people if they look cool, because I know some people spend a lot of time making these costumes.
They do. Yeah.
They really
do. They do. People learn how to sew and everything to do these events.
And I mean, how up to date the costumes are as well. I remember like at the one in April. I'm just going to shout out this kid now. I saw this kid dressed as a
Was it chicken jockey?
chicken jockey.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
costume.
And I mean, Minecraft had only been out a couple of weeks at that point.
His
Yeah.
mum and his dad
Quick.
were telling me how they did that costume. That
Yeah.
required a lot of
amazing.
paint.
I imagine so.
Yeah, I was talking to him at the food van, and yeah, I was like, that is fantastic.
I mean, look,
yeah.
I mean,
So
from
cute.
like a previous one, my eldest went dressed as a creeper from Minecraft, but all I did was paint a box for his head, and that took a lot of paint.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
just bought him a onesie to go on the bottom bit. But yeah,
But I
the amount
think
of
that's
paint
the
they must have
beauty of
used.
I think that's the beauty of the homemade ones, because like I get really like impressed with what some people can really put together. It's really cool. But yeah, I don't know the exact date. I would like to find that off Michael. Maybe I'm getting to I am rubbish with remembering dates as well, so apologies. But I remember my son being very young when we went to the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2020. I don't know, but like the first one I went back. But I do know it went a little bit before that, like I say, but maybe it's on a bit of a smaller scale, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What would you say is the biggest challenge when organizing the event?
Well, I'm quite lucky in the sense of I get to do all the fun bits and Michael gets to do all the job bits. I guess. See, I'm not really even in control of like how the ticket sales are doing. I'm always checking in with them and things. I guess I'm always trying to plug the event. You never know how it's because we're in a ticket. You can buy at the door as well. You never know how it's going to go. So I don't think promoting it's a challenge. I guess sometimes it is like securing the celebrity guests, because sometimes you don't find out till like last minute, or there's a couple of times. I don't think it's been very often where people have dropped out, but it is that kind of on your shoulders if someone's specifically coming for that guest, or that's why we don't try to have too many guests.
Yeah.
Because we're like, he has a little handful of guests, but we've got all this other stuff as well. So if your guest wasn't going to turn up, you're not like completely devastated by it. I guess that would be a challenge in a way, because it's trying to work out as well, like what would kind of bring people in and what kind of guests people would kind of like. But I don't know. Probably another question for Michael, because he probably has the hard job, because he's the one who sort of. I literally turn up on the day. I do a lot of the like promo and helping them with the ideas, and when I get there, I do like the handling of the guests and things like that. But Michael does all the all the big props and stuff you see that he brings. So he's got like the TARDIS, the gates, and the Star Wars Han Solo. Is it Han Solo? He got on a lot of Star
The
Wars.
carbonite one.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the props he brings that actually live in his garage.
That's amazing.
There's things
a garage full of stuff like that.
He's got like the Dreamcast big system thing that he's bringing this time that lives in his garage. So yeah, he probably does a lot of the challenging things where he's moving stuff and doing it. And then on the morning of can be quite challenging, because you're just making sure everything's kind of running, making sure everybody, because you get there and it's a bit like you think you're kind of on track, and then like something will come up where you're like, oh, I was busy doing that job, but now someone's asked us for this job, kind of thing. So I guess they're the most challenging bits when you're trying to piece together like how the events are gonna look. But I think we've been really lucky. I think we've only had Jet didn't turn up to one event, which was the last Fright Fest. She was poorly.
Okay.
But what was quite awful about that is she had told us, I think, the previous night, but we didn't know on the day whether she was going to turn up or not. So we were just waiting.
No.
And so we'd set up our table and everything. And I was like, what do we do? So as the event was going, I was like, we're going to have to get rid of all this because people keep coming up and asking where she is. And I don't know the answer. I'm just presuming she's still poorly. So I guess you're not in control as to whether like how the celeb guests are going to be, what they're gonna, if they're going to turn up, I guess. Because I know other events, not going to like name names, but that has happened more recently with other events where guests just haven't like turned up, and it's hard to know what to do with, isn't it? Like, if you've got people shouting at you're like, oh, I don't know.
Do you have an absolute dream guest that you would like to have?
Oh my goodness. Do you know, I was supposed to meet, this is a really sore subject, I was supposed to meet Elizabeth Olsen, right? And I paid £250. I got my money back, right? But then she cancelled last minute, and I was like, oh my God, I was so excited. I don't really know, because I guess someone like her, or even someone like John Barrowman, kind of, someone that's got like a really good like vibe. Like, when I've seen people at cons who just Because sometimes the bigger guests, they're too big because you're not going to get any time with them. You're not going to get any real like conversation.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's that like, yeah, guests who are kind of big, but you're going to still get that like personal like
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
connection, or you're going to be able to have a conversation with them or something like that. So I think someone like John Barrowman or something like that, someone who like is known to be like really good crack at a convention. Like
He's meant
he
to be.
always is, isn't he?
He's meant to be really good.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
heard like
What
some
about
really
you
good
guys?
stories about him.
He
What
told
about you
some
guys?
I saw John Barrowman do a show in Newcastle a couple of years back, and he had really good crack on stage. Like,
He
yeah,
always has like
he told some
Doctor Who,
wonderful
like,
stories.
yeah. But is anyone you guys would think?
I would love to see anyone from Power Rangers because I've gone to several different cons and they've either cancelled or just because just the logistics and stuff. I would love to meet Amy Jo Johnson, who was the original Pink Power
Oh
Ranger.
yeah,
She
yeah.
would be my ultimate, or David Yost, who played Billy the Blue Ranger, because they are just
Yeah.
both
Oh,
just
mhm.
He
they.
seems so nice as well.
I would just
Yeah.
want to give him a hug and thank him for sticking
Yeah.
through the Power Ranger series after all the crap he got
Yeah.
in the 90s from
Shit.
like the
Oh, God.
showrunners.
Sorry, I've got a cat
Yeah.
destroying everything around me. Me, oh God, there's like a few. I mean, obviously nowadays you've got to say Pedro Pascal, or who are you?
Ooh,
Um,
I think I'd melt.
I
I'd actually
know, I
die on the
know,
spot.
Yeah.
I'd die.
I know.
He's lovely. What a guy.
Bit more on a personal level. My favorite voice actor, actually, yeah, Gideon Emery. Um, Silence.
I know. I'm like, who's that?
No,
I
Yeah.
won't
he
trying to be a good nerd,
he
but
played
my phone's charged. I'll be 2 seconds.
Balthier in Final Fantasy 12
Oh, okay.
and Fenris in Dragon Age 2. And he's
Oh, I
also
know.
been in shows like Grimm, like Daredevil. He does
Okay.
bit parts on shows and things like that. Um, he's released singing albums, and he does acting classes and things like that. Yeah.
Do you know who else would
Oh,
be mint? I've
do you
just
know
thought
what
David
he was in?
Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff, he would be cool. I don't know why. I just got in my head. Like,
That would be that. I think that would be a very interesting one. Yeah.
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 Oh yes. Oh, I know one, but I would be too scared about telling him stories. Um. Oh shit, I forgot his name. Eric Roberts.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have a thing where we called beer and bad movie nights. No, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad movie, but we watch movies, we get drunk, and we heckle the movie. It just so happens that a few of these movies have had Eric Roberts in them, and that's kind of like certain scenes have become a bit of like in jokes with our group and stuff. And
He
we're
is it Eric Roberts? Julia Roberts is he your uncle?
yes,
Yeah.
like I brother, I think.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I am thinking Julia Roberts is way younger than she is, but no, yeah, brother.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But yes, the some of the movies like oh, what was it?
I'm
Hansel
trying to
and
think of what
Gretel.
I've seen him in.
He was in Sharknado, I think, was it? Or was
Oh,
it? No, Sharktopus. He was in the
That
first
doesn't make it
Sharktopus.
better.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying it does. I said it was beer and bad movie. Um oh God, what else? He's been in quite a few things, like really popular things as well. And
I
now it's
feel
just
like I've seen
all
him on
kind
a
of gone out of my
series.
head. You'll recognize him when you see him
Yeah, I
anyway.
know who he is. Yeah.
But yeah, he means that much to our movie group that for my friend's 40th a couple of years ago, I actually saw Eric Roberts is going to a convention in London, so I bought him a signed picture from that show. I wasn't there, I just ordered it over the internet.
That's
And
hilarious.
and it is the only framed picture he has in his house.
It's amazing.
That's funny.
So I
What
think
about
it'd be
Jensen
really nice to
Ackles?
tell
Have we
Eric
got
Roberts that story.
Jensen Ackles?
Oh yes. I tell you something,
He's a uber nerd as well.
I've been to a supernatural convention in
Oh,
Blackpool,
really?
And Mark Sheppard is a fantastic crowd speaker.
Yeah.
He works the crowd, he feeds off the crowd and everything. Also, Brianna Brookmaster and Kim Rhodes, they are
Yes,
hilarious together.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
You know who else is? Oh shit, what's his name? Mrs. Tran and Kevin Tran. Osric Chow and I can't and his mother. She played Amy in Futurama.
Oh, I know who you mean. I don't
Yes,
know. Yeah,
them two were hilarious.
I can imagine
together.
they are. Yeah.
They were absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
I would recommend
It's
getting
so
them to
good
it.
when
It's really
people
good.
really embrace the con thing, because I have seen some celebs at like some bigger cons where they just like really don't want to be there, and some of them are getting paid fortunes, and like
Yeah.
at least pretend for a few hours. We've all got to pretend in our jobs
Yes.
sometimes. Like, we've all got a
Definitely.
mask. So like when you're getting paid as much money as you're getting paid, you can really just put a bit of effort in with people who are,
Mhm.
because the thing is, to everyone else who are queuing up to see you for like little seconds in a day, that like makes such a difference to their like experience, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
It was, who did I see that looked really, Robert Carlyle looked very miserable at a
Oh.
convention I was at, which was
I never get a good vibe from him, in all honesty.
and I had met Lana Parrilla, because I did like because it was her and him and like Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I got a photo taken with her, and she was lovely. I mean, it was very much quick get a photo, off you go, quick get a photo, because she was so busy. But he just looked like really miserable every time I seen him, and I thought, like, I know you're Rumpelstiltskin, but come on.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I thought he played that role really well and like
Oh,
threw himself into it.
amazing though. Like, I can't. I mean, I do like to pretend that the last season of Once Upon a Time didn't happen.
Same.
Yeah, I got halfway through and just thought I can't do it.
Did I give up? I think they should have closed the book, and that should have been
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
the closing of the book.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why they thought they need to bring it all back was just
I've got
stupid.
no idea.
Really stupid.
But yeah, no, I do pretend it doesn't exist.
There's a
do.
few shows I do that with, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I just think they should have either kept going with that storyline longer. Why would you have one extra? I'm guessing they did one extra series and then it panned. Therefore, they didn't do any more.
Yeah.
But why they thought that was going to be good, I don't know.
Very much.
Because didn't like Regina not end up being Regina? Didn't they give her a different character and everything? Because I only watched a couple of episodes and I was like, this isn't for me.
Regina stayed where she was. It was Hook that was a different character.
Yeah.
He was one of the, not, it wasn't a clone, but it was a clone. It was like an alternate universe version of Hook.
Right.
Yeah, it was a bit naff. Yeah,
They would be good guests though.
They would.
Yeah.
I would love.
Is that Robert Carlyle, if he's miserable, I don't want to have to deal with him.
That's a reason for you to get Sebastian Stan.
My phone. Sorry, I apologize. Sebastian Stan all day long.
Yes.
Exactly. There's your link.
Oh yes. These are guests so I couldn't work with because I'd be embarrassing. I think originally, I might be wrong, right? But originally, because when Michael asked me to work with any celebrities, it was because it was Jet. And I don't know whether it was because there was no women working on the event, and I think he thought a woman would be better to work with her, because all of the males, and I can attest to this, the way that the males go on when they meet Jet from the Gladiators is, you are my pinnacle. And I get it, because I just want to tell her how much I love her, but it's all the same conversation over and over.
Yeah.
You were on my wall as a teenager, la 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 la. We know the story. We know why you were on the wall. We know what you were doing. We get it, right? But I think that's probably why Michael wanted a female. I could be wrong, but I think that's why specifically.
I mean, it makes sense.
No, 100%. It's the reason.
I don't think, like, not that I'm being so sexist here to say this, but I think a lot of the men who could have worked with her would have split this all day. Mouths open. And I was like that, actually. When I first met her, I said, right, I'm going to have to get this out of the way. You're very beautiful. You're still very beautiful. You're amazing. I'm just going to get it out of the way. All of this, like, stuff. Let's move on.
To be fair, I was at the Nerdfest where you were sat next to her, and you were very professional. I will give you your dues. You were very, very professional.
everybody thought that I was like actually a personal assistant or like
100%, I did.
related to her or something, because I kind of just like, I sat with her and we just kind of chatted for the day, and then it was funny because when she came to the last one, she said, "It's lovely to see you, and should come have dinner together and stuff later." I was like, "Yeah." So we sat behind the TARDIS and had dinner together, and we just kind of caught up because like we'd kind of like spoke loads about,
Yeah.
because we'd sat together all day, we'd just like talk about our life and just daft little things, because she's like a therapist or something now, probably just giving us therapy.
Therapy sessions with
This
Jess.
girl needs therapy.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
God.
And I totally forgot what the question was initially, just saying.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We've
Fine.
kind of gone off it. I think it was. Oh, who would be your number one guest? But I think
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
we
think
talked
I
about
think
that.
we've
I
gone
think
over a few.
I
You
think
did talk about that.
yeah, we got there. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Have you got any crazy stories of things that have happened behind the scenes for a Nerdfest? I mean, it doesn't have to be guest related. It could be like anything.
So I've only done 3 events working, and they've all been kind of around the guests, I think. So I'm trying to think, because I'm trying to be nice and polite and professional here. Uh, I mean, without naming names, I guess some of them could be a bit like, demanding.
Do you get the "Do you know who I am" moments?
A little bit, and I'm like, I don't actually. Just so you know, I had to Google you, and I still couldn't find. No, there was a guest who I won't obviously name any, but there was a guest on the last one who kept going, Laura, like that, like this, and I was like, okay, because he's like constantly, they constantly wanted a drink, and I was like, well, I get it, but like, I can't be in all the places at once, because the issue I have is like, it depends on the guest. So some guests bring like someone with them, so they will like handle their money and things. But when Diane comes, Jet, I always handle her money, and I do like the payments, card payments and things. So I'm kind of tied to her for most of the day, really, for that reason. So it is difficult to kind of look after the other guests
Yeah.
constantly when I'm doing that job as well. But
Yeah,
I don't really think I've got any crazy stories, because I think
it's just such a nice
suppose-
event. It's
I
just a
know, and I
nice
think
event.
the first one was so weird, not crazy, but it was weird for me, because I was just like, Diane would be like, I just need to go to the toilet. I was like, well, hang on a minute, I'll escort you to the toilet, because I feel like because in the date, everybody like, I wanted to talk to her on our way to the toilet, and it was a bit surreal in a way, because I was just a bit like, what am I doing? This is weird. Like, I'm like walking from the gladiators to the toilets, like. So nothing crazy, I don't think. More just like I really apologize for dropping my phone. I think not crazy, just a bit like surreal and just a bit odd. I guess I'm like, I've out of body's experience, but I'm like, what am I doing here? Like, why I'm just sat with a gladiator, because so many people get so starstruck with it, and I guess you have to just. I think, like I say, with some celebrities, if it was a big celebrity where like I had a crush on them, or like I was obsessed with them, like the AG after Backstreet Boys moment that I had, and I literally told them I'd loved them for 20 odd years. That's how the conversation went. If it was a guest like that, I think there'd be more embarrassing stories, because I think I'd just embarrass myself all day long.
I don't know what I would do if I actually met Gillian Anderson. I don't know what I would
Yeah,
do.
no, I
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. She is just, yeah.
We did it.
I've got a book that she wrote. It's not a book that she wrote, actually. It's a complete, it's like it's called Want.
Yes, I know the book.
Yeah, it's a bit of a raunchy book, but it's got like bits. It's got people's like stories in it and that. But she's just like pure just sex, isn't she? Like nerd sex, like just amazing. The only way I can put that, she's just like everyone loves her, don't they?
Yeah.
She's so
Yeah.
and she just seems so like down to earth and lovely and just.
I entered one of those back in April. There was a competition, like a raffle. Sorry, not a competition. There was a raffle for charity to have afternoon tea with her.
Oh
And I was
wow!
like, oh, well, I'm entering that. So I entered that. I didn't win. You might have realized I didn't win that one, but I'm kind of like sitting there going, what would I even said to her? Apart from like, I love you.
I know it's hard, isn't it? But you know what's funny is she might end up being, because seems so down to earth. You should probably be like really nice to talk to as well.
I
Like
know.
She
You'd
probably
probably
would be.
relax quite quick around that. I think it would probably just be the visual thing for me. I would just be like looking at her like this. Because I was like that with Diane with her hair. I was like, do the hair flip thing. Like, do your hair flip thing. Because, like, I do that. Like, I used to do that on a night out to get volume in my hair, just tip it upside down.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like her first because it was a bit like, it is weird when you like, you get used to seeing someone in the telly and then you meet them and you're like, whoa.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like I say, the second time I met her, it was like we were like friends, and she was like, "Let's have lunch together," and it was like a really more natural because I guess they're just humans at the end of the day,
Yeah.
aren't they? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but Gillian Anderson, yeah, that would be a difficult, yeah, all day long.
Have you ever had anybody approach to say, "Can I be considered as a guest?" Do you know?
Um, hmm. I know we reached out to Kev McNally a little while ago, and we weren't actually sure up until literally a couple of days ago when we announced it. He hadn't actually confirmed, and then he got back and said, "Oh, am I still invited?" kind of thing. Yeah, so I don't, like I say, I'm not massively in charge of the booking of
Yeah.
guests. So I'm not quite sure of any of the other guests, but I know, like Diane as an example, like, because she enjoyed the day so much, that's when we had a conversation. She said, like, could I come back kind of thing. I think it helped that she probably made a fortune.
Yeah.
Let's put that out there. She was non-stop getting selfies and
Yeah.
photographs, but she did really enjoy the event. And I did really like it at the boiler shop as well, but I do think the natural progression was to get a bigger.
Yeah.
But actually, like, I should have had Michael on as well, shouldn't I? Because I'm just like, I asked Michael, I don't know the answer. But I definitely know with Kev, he definitely came on again because we weren't sure at all if he was
Mhm.
going to attend. But I think that's a really good guest, actually.
I'm
'cause,
excited about it. I'm
It
excited
really
about the
is,
guests.
yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean, like, what a
I
movie. And
mean,
aren't they bringing Pirates back?
Not sure.
I think that's been
After
on and off for ages. I don't
So
know
after
where
all
they
the
stand at the
well, you
minute.
know, they'd obviously dropped Johnny Depp for a while, didn't they? And then I'm sure after the court case and stuff like that, I'm sure they said they would rethink it all.
Who knows with Disney?
Well, that is a thing.
Yeah.
Because Warner Brothers obviously dropped him from like the Harry Potter stuff, but I mean that's a whole I'm gonna get started on that conversation.
No.
With Harry Potter and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not go there, but yeah.
Mhm.
Johnny Depp would be an interesting
It's kind of, I don't know whether he'd be kind of just like nice and quiet and pleasant and chatting to people, or whether he'd kind of like be out there in a like
I know. Well,
excitable way.
have you seen we've got a Jack Sparrow guy coming along and he's
Yeah.
brilliant. I've seen him at events before and he's so good. Like really the mannerisms and everything's like really, really good.
Oh, that's gonna be
So that's
great.
good. And I seen there was when I was in Disneyland Paris and there was a Jack Sparrow and he was like running around doing his run. It was hilarious. But I think he's called, I want to say he's called Colin, his actual name. But yeah, I've seen him at events before and he's really, really good.
Oh.
That's good.
Right. One question we've had from the community was,
Good.
now there's a spring, summer, and Halloween Nerdfest. Does that mean Christmas Nerdfest is next?
Oh, that's a really good question. Because we have one in April, May, June,
Mhm.
July, August, September, October. That would work, wouldn't it?
It would work. We have a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
put that
Christmas
across,
fans
you know.
in the
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah.
I love Christmas. Amanda's a big Christmas advocate, isn't she? That's a really good idea.
Put it to
Because you could have
Michael.
like you could have a Santa, like a
Mhm.
proper Santa bear. Oh my
You
God.
could get some like some actual reindeer in as well.
I could actually be an elf because I'm elf height. Okay. Okay. This is interesting. I'm trying to
And
now
it's
my
great
brain's
for
like,
Christmas gifts.
yeah, all the people have got the stalls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this is a really good idea,
And
guys.
if we've got any like big stars in the pantos, you could see if they want to come along for an afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, so you should be in charge of this now. That's it. Yeah, because we do obviously get so we sometimes get some really good celebs, don't we, for the pantos and that round here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
something to
I'll
look
put
into.
that to him. I'm going to put that to him. We need a better name
There
though
we
than like,
go.
I don't want to be like called Christmas Nerdfest. Because I wanted this to be like Nerdfest Summer Edition, but he didn't
Yeah.
go with that. Like, I wanted something different. But like he just went with Summer Nerdfest or whatever we're calling it. Nerd Summer. I don't know. I never know what to call it. But Christmas, we need a different name.
Okay, so what we need is anyone who's watching this in the comments to put name suggestions.
Name
And then
suggestions for
obviously
Christmas
I
Nerdfest.
haven't, like, I'm just saying yeah to it, me. So as far as I'm concerned, we're doing a Christmas one.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
These all know, and after this, I will tell Michael.
Yes.
Cool. There we go.
I'll let him know. I'm trying to think of like who Christmassy guests we're gonna have.
Well, seeing we've discussed that we've obviously added an extra event, what is the dream to see Nerdfest in 5 years' time? Where do you see it all going?
I just think to continue to grow. I mean, the thing is always for us is just to continue to grow it in the sense of it always to just be fun and inclusive and be an event that people enjoy coming to. I took on a few more things off like I kind of, because putting, I mean, not for a lot of the event because I'm only really busy, but if I get a chance to mingle and stuff, I try and like, if there's any kind of advice from people. So one of the things people said is they would like to know when things were happening a little bit more. Because there was a lot of things happening in different areas. So we've actually introduced, we've made little sort of timetables that we're going to give out.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to have a lot more availability for when things are happening. Another thing that I think was said about the stadium was like having a little bit more seating and things just for people if they didn't, they needed to sit down and stuff. But I guess it's just to keep growing it and to take on board what people enjoy and what they want. And I think it's always important to have the voice, because at the end of the day, it's the people who are coming, it's the people that are paying. They're spending the money. They're the ones that are wanting to look at the stalls and things like that. So I guess just to continue to grow it. I think there's still a lot of potential at the Gateshead Stadium because it's brand new there that we can make it even bigger. So yeah, I think the Q&A went down really well with Wayne at the last one. So just to continuously make it bigger, I guess, just taking on board what people want. I know a lot of people come and they want like a lot more gaming and things like that. So just, I don't know if you've got any ideas as to what you would like there.
I mean, Chris from Discord on Anime Club asked, can Anime Club do a panel?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, that's a good point because I know when we obviously have the Castle Coven girls do the cosplay. And actually, shout out to Jake because Jake is emceeing this year.
Yes, we're excited.
Jake from Rumblecast.
Jake's going to be introducing a lot of people who are going to be there and things. So it is a good shout, actually, as to getting, because there's 3 guests that are going to be doing Q&As, it could be a shout out to use that area for things like that, I guess. So it's definitely an idea I can put across because it gives you kind of that platform. If people want to listen to you, you might obviously have a following there. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely put that across.
There you go, Chris. You heard it here.
Yes.
Get your plan in place.
If you didn't already know, I'm just a bit of a yes woman, so I'm just like, yeah, do it all. Not me, not my problem. Michael will sort it.
If you could give any advice to anyone attending, what would it be?
Bring some cash because there's lots of things to spend your money on. I don't know because I would. For some cons, I would always say, like, make sure you kind of, you're prepared for how busy it's going to be. You find yourself, like, areas that are kind of, like, if it gets a bit overwhelming. But I don't get that vibe at Nerdfest. So I don't know whether it's necessary to, I guess some people might still, though. I think with the stadium, there is a lot of areas where you've got opportunity to.
Yeah.
So I guess when you get there, just to kind of have a little idea of what's going on. I think the best advice I would is to say, like, find yourself a timetable, find yourself what's on so you don't miss out on anything. I know things can be hidden and stuff, you know. I mean, the sword thing, and where Adam was, that was kind of in a little bit of a nuke that maybe if you didn't know it was there, you didn't know it was there kind of thing. So that's what we took on board from the last one, because we were trying to fit in people in places we think they would fit. Some people might have missed out on knowing things were going on.
Yeah.
So I think just kind of familiarize yourself with what's going on the day, especially some things like sorry, I'm like literally melting here, you know.
It's okay, we're all hot.
I'm like melting my fringes just like the Q&As as an example, if you kind of like in Badland as an example, like I love Ted Lasso. So I'd love to kind of catch what you might want to say about Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Familiarize yourself with what's going on when so you don't miss out on something that might be important to you on the day.
Perfect.
Excellent. Oh dear. Right. If you wouldn't mind, I'm actually a big fan of your cosplays, Laura.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of yours. So I'd like to have a little chat about that one. But I mean, first of all, what's been your favorite con experience from anything? It doesn't have to be Nerdfest.
So one of my favorite experiences was Wales Comic Con years ago. I met one of the best people I've ever met was Mick Foley. Honestly, and I've told this story on a podcast, on a Nerdy Up North podcast actually. Is I was pregnant at the time, and I wasn't even, how pregnant was I? Probably about 6 months actually, so I was quite fair on. And I actually thought I'd lost my backpack, right? And I was like, Mick, I've lost my bag, right? I've lost my bag. So he had his full team, Trish Stratus was next to her. He had her looking for my bag. He was looking for my bag. Everyone was looking for my bag. And about 10 minutes later, I was like, Mick, just remember, I left it in the car. And I was like,
oh, bless you.
At the time, I blamed this on baby brain, but some of this would have been my ADHD. That was not diagnosed at the time. So that was a mixture. And that was one of my favorite, because actually he didn't make us feel stupid. He was just very much like, okay. And he spent a lot of time just because we'd made him a pop, and we spent a lot of time. He spent a lot of time just engaging with us. And like, for me, that was one of the best experiences I've ever had, because you think that's why you go. And we didn't know what to expect from meeting a celebrity. Another really nice guy was Robert Kaczynski.
Okay.
You know, he used to be, oh God, years ago, he was on EastEnders. He was on Dream Team as well.
That's where I'm thinking I think I know him from.
Yeah, he was
Dream
so he was the ginger, he was God, what was he? Sean, I think he was called.
Yeah.
On EastEnders.
Yeah.
On was he a Slater?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was lovely, right? And he was on Dream Team, right? And I didn't really watch a lot of Dream Team. However, his co-star, who he's actually best friends with in real life, because Robert Kaczynski's been on a lot of kind of fantasy stuff, type movies and stuff. And Robert Kaczynski is best friends with, what is his name? He used to be on Hollyoaks.
Will Miller?
No, he used to be on Hollyoaks. It's going to do my head in what his name is now, because he was beautiful, right? And I used to have his calendar, specifically his calendar, right? Ricky Whittle, he was called Ricky Whittle.
Oh,
he was in.
Hang on.
He was
That
in.
name rings a bell.
Oh, what was it? It's a really American Gods.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that was
So
that's where I know
Ricky
him from.
Whittle wasn't there. However, Ricky Whittle was in Dream Team. And Robert Kaczynski had shared it on Twitter, and he said, Ricky would love this. He would love a one of him. And I was like, don't. I was like, don't tell me you're going to speak to Ricky Whittle, because I have his calendar. January to December, every single month was Ricky Whittle. Not going to lie, some of the months, hardly any clothes on, but that's, by the by. So a proper Twitter conversation went on between him, Ricky Whittle, and me. I was like, I am going to die. And it's interactions like that where people realize how much it means to you.
Yeah.
What them tiny little, like, to them, it's just a conversation that they're having with I'll probably get sick of having conversations with people, but like them kind of experiences for me are my favorite experiences
Yeah.
because you're never going to get them again, are you? And it's some people that, like,
No.
I met William Zappa, who plays Johnny Lawrence. And Johnny Lawrence thought that the pop vinyl we had made was an official Funko. And he went, how have you got one of these? And that's how I found out Funko were making them. Karate Kid pop. He
Ah.
thought we'd had one early edition. And I went, no, we made this. And he was like, are you allowed to do this? And he started really questioning me licensing thing. I was like, William, calm down, love. Stop it. I'm gonna get Ralph, what do you call him, Ralph Mushu? I'm gonna get him to illegal give you a kick again, because shush. But he was a bit weird, William Zapka, but I mean beautiful, so I let him off with it.
Oh, do you remember your first con and how do you think things have changed?
My first con, I think, might have been that Wales one.
Yeah.
It's so different because different cons run so different.
Hmm.
That one in particular, I would say oversold tickets for there was the Sons of Anarchy cast.
Hmm.
And it went mental. So for some reason there was only like a couple of places you got photo ops, but they sold so many Sons of Anarchy, because I think Charlie Hunnam was like, honestly, it was ridiculous. He was like over £100 to get a foot. And realistically at the time as well, I think that was overpriced. But I mean,
Yeah.
you might disagree if you're a Charlie Hunnam fan. So they'd really oversubscribed. So what happened was there was just a knock-on effect for every other photo op.
Yeah.
So we were like waiting hours and we weren't anything to do with Sons of Anarchy. So I guess it depends on the con and whether they've kind of learned lessons from their things. I mean, I know that definitely with Nerdfest, something will happen one year and we'll go next time we'll make sure we do this, this, and this. And
Yeah.
they're not normally things that'll affect people. It's just things that might make our life easier, or things that, like I say, like the little timetables that'll make the person who's attending their day a little bit nicer, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I haven't been to a big con in a long time. Do you guys go to a lot of them, or?
No.
I haven't been for a long time, like yourself. But yeah, similar situation with the photos for the Supernatural one I went to, because we
Yeah.
didn't have Jared or Jensen there, but we had Misha Collins and we had Mark Sheppard, and obviously we had Brianna and Kim and uh Osric and things like that. So we had a lot of the cast, just not the main two. Um, and again, it was just kind of little like the old worm game of the Nokias. It was like
Yeah.
that,
Oh, I can
doing
imagine.
this
Yeah.
for the photos and things. It was
That's what
horrendous.
gives you a rubbish experience, doesn't it? Because I know for the Wales one as well, it was like in the middle of summer, it was really hot, and it was
Yeah.
just, this is not, because they actually had people queuing outside.
Mhm.
I was pregnant, so I probably wasn't in the best. I mean, you've got your own temperature there, anyways,
Yeah.
when you're pregnant. So, and it was just an experience where you were like, they have literally thought about the pound notes here and how
Yeah.
many pound notes they can get in their hand
Mhm.
for this Sons of Anarchy thing, and nothing beyond that. So it is a shame stuff like that, because it puts you like a sour taste in your mouth, I guess, because then you're a bit like, well, I'm not likely to want to do this specific one again because of these reasons.
Yeah.
So I don't know, because I've never been to any big ones more recent. I think that's always the issue, though. It's always that photo ops tend to just cause a bit of havoc, don't they? It's a bit like,
Yeah.
I guess because they get so much money for them as well. It's just like, why wouldn't they get all that money for it, I guess? Isn't it? It's like, I
No,
guess
no,
the
I
aim
mean,
of the game. Yeah, I just wish I always prefer getting autographs.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to like the photo, right? I'm never going to like it, because I like taking selfies. I don't like someone else taking my photo. The sabotagers. I don't know what they're doing to my photo, but they're sabotaging us, right?
Yeah.
Every time. So I'm not as bothered about the photo. It's like, I think when you get an autograph, that's when you can have a bit more of is a potential to have a bit more banter
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
with
I
the
agree.
person. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'd like to think that the bigger of cons have, but I don't know if they have. In all honesty, I don't know. I do get a bit more overwhelmed at the bigger conventions, I must admit, for that reason. They get very like stuffy and
Yeah.
there's queues everywhere, isn't there? And very just, I guess there isn't as much going on to do, is there, when
Yeah.
you go to like an actual traditional Comic Con?
Yeah,
There's
and
like a lot
I
of
completely agree.
stalls.
I've been to one big Comic Con, and I prefer the smaller events like SunnyCon, Nerdfest, the one that they've got in Sunderland in September. I prefer those type of
Yeah.
events because there is things for
The
the
one at
kids.
the arena, I'm trying to think because I went to one of their last ones, but I did just feel like it was like stalls,
Yeah,
and that's about it, really.
that's 100%.
Yeah, like you kind of essentially, unless you're going to meet a specific celebrity,
Yeah,
you kind of are just, that's what our kind of thing is, right? We like, I've been to a toy fair at the Gateshead Stadium, and don't get us wrong, they don't charge you a lot, but you're essentially kind of just paying to go and look at some stalls. Whereas this is what I kind of always, me and Michael are always saying, like, you're paying and you are getting like so much for your money. Like, and I'm like, oh, but like you're getting this. There's actually, I forgot about this. I seen the other day that he announced there was like this bubble guy this
yeah,
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like animal handling. Like, I guess, like, at least when you're paying and you're thinking, well, if I don't want to buy anything for a stall, I'm not being a celeb, there's other stuff for your money,
Yeah.
isn't there?
yeah,
And I think that's where the other cons are kind of like missing a trick. I mean, they're successful, so it's by the Bible. I think that's when you go. That's where, for me, I think that would help me a little bit if there was stuff to do. Do you know what I
I
mean?
agree.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was
100%.
actually physically stuff for us to sit and do, then I probably wouldn't get overwhelmed because think, oh, I'll just go and like go over there and like have a game on a SNES or something. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I completely agree with like with that for adults, but especially when you've got like kids, as we all have.
They're just gonna, yeah, it is. I mean, it's essentially like dragging them along to something, aren't you? That you're trying to. I mean, my little boy, he automatically just goes for like if he's the VR. The VR is his like,
Yeah.
and he'll go in a huff if there's someone on the VR because, of course, it's only for him the VR. But yeah, it is just keeping them entertained, and with the bigger cons, I guess. I guess they are more adult driven, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Now, one of my favorite cosplays that you've done's been Nadja.
Oh yeah,
I
love it.
really enjoyed your Nadja.
I feel like I cheated though, because I cheat with my cosplays because I think, who can I look like? And
That's how they start,
That's
though.
how you do things.
I mean, I'm saying
Nadia
that
was,
I tend to gender bend when I do mine. So like
yeah,
some that I've done in the past, I've done Jareth the Goblin King. I've
yeah,
done Lord Flashheart from World War Two. I did Sir Digby Chicken Caesar from Mitchell and Webb.
yeah,
Um, I've forgotten his name, but the ginger guy from Danger Five. I tend
yeah.
to gender bend when I do them.
That's
But
cool.
yes.
I
So
guess I don't think I'm as like imaginative. I guess I'm very like, so I was like, I watch What We Do in the Shadows, and I was
yeah,
like, oh, she's got a fringe, and I feel like I can kind of. And then a couple of people had said like my sister always says, you remind us so much of Nadia, like a whole every, like not even just how she looks, like a personality. I
yeah,
don't know what that says about me, but yeah. And I started wearing my hair in little sort of like the little things, and I was like,
mhm,
oh, this might work. So
It
the annoying
worked.
thing about it was I decided on stick on that fangs on my actual teeth,
yeah.
and I couldn't eat all day.
Oh,
I mean, I could have just took them off and started again, but I was really like dedicated to the
mhm.
character. I just kept, and I was really hungry.
I could imagine.
I could have
What's
just bit
been
someone's neck, but
you
yeah.
could have, you could have. What's been your favorite one that you've done?
I like April because I'm a massive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, and I always have been. And I dyed that suit myself. It was white, and it was a
Oh wow,
labor of love.
It was a good yellow.
it was a good
Yeah,
yellow.
and because like nobody does yellow jumpsuits, you know what I mean? Like who wears yellow jumpsuits? And I was really like, and you know what? I did. Megan Fox was good at April because she's Megan Fox, right? Megan Fox is
Mhm.
Megan. However, the hair wasn't right.
No.
Megan Fox shouldn't have had long brown hair. Yeah. So for me, she needed the little ginger hair, like the little ginger bob. And I didn't realize how many men liked April O'Neil.
Yeah.
That wasn't my aim, unfortunately, and that was not a good. I just kept getting people going like April O'Neil. I was like, oh, for God's sake, I didn't know this was a thing, but it is
Yeah.
apparently. But no, she was fun because I guess it's a hard one because I don't get to kind of embrace the cosplay when I'm working as much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I try to get as many photos as I could, and I had the microphone, and everybody's like, "Well, will you have a camera?" And I was like, "I can't really have a camera because I'm not really able to cosplay like
Yeah.
properly cosplay,
Yeah.
you know." So I'm not actually cosplaying at the summer one.
Oh, I was going to ask you what your plans were.
Well. I'm not cosplaying. Are any of you wrestling fans or not?
No.
I used to watch it like when you still had Eddie Guerrero around.
Oh, well, did you know? So I work with Eddie's family.
Do you?
So I did before. This is the total tangent. I'll quickly be quick about it.
Mm.
So when we did Pop Goes the Vinyl, Vicky
Mhm.
contacted us and she said, "Can you make Vicky and Eddie pops?" Because at the time,
Oh,
Funko didn't make Eddie. So we used to make Eddie Guerrero pops that the money used to go back into Eddie's estate for his daughters.
oh,
Mhm.
excellent.
So yeah, so that's how
Lovely.
so yeah,
He was
Eddie.
one of my favorites.
So Eddie, we had quite a connection with the family. But
Mm.
what I was going to say was, I'm not cosplaying, but I am going to channel a bit of Rhea Ripley.
All right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm not
Cool.
going to cosplay her because nowhere on this earth would I attempt to cosplay Rhea Ripley because I do not have that figure as much as I would love it. I do not. So I'm not going to embarrass myself, but I'm just going to channel her a bit, I shall we say.
No.
So, because it was quite, I mean, the plan to do some on Nerdfest was quite shall we do one? Okay, we'll do one. It wasn't planned for very long period of time. So I just thought I'll give this one a miss for a full cosplay and I'll go back to it for Fright Fest.
Yeah.
So to which I don't know. I keep toying with, I keep coming back to Bellatrix Lestrange.
Ooh,
Be
that'd
good.
be a good one for you. I can see it.
Because I want the big, I mean, my hair's big enough to be fair, but I want the proper wig
Yeah.
with the little grey bit and I keep going back to her and I keep never doing it, but I think I might go for it this year.
Yeah.
Are any
I
of
look
you,
forward to seeing it.
are you guys going to Nerdfest, by the way?
I'm going to the
I'm-
summer one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm planning to, however, it is the open day for the twins' nursery, so
Oh.
I'm having to go along to that half dressed up. So I've
So
got
will you be, because that's what I was going to ask you, will you be dressing up or do you guys not as bothered about dressing up?
um the last one, my son was the one wandering around as Gengar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the twins had Spider-Man and Spider-Girl outfits on.
My favourite superhero.
But yes, we're kind of going for a little theme this time round, so we'll see what's what
Oh,
when
so
it
like a
happens.
family theme.
A little family theme, yeah.
Oh,
So,
I love that because
but it's kind of like
mine and
but
Bobby's first cosplay together was
Mhm.
he was Captain America and I was Captain
Yeah.
Carter.
But yeah, so they're gonna have to go into the nursery open day dressed up.
That
That's
is
okay.
cute. That is the
But
cutest. Like I started off my career as a nurse. Well, I'm a qualified nursery nurse, so they would have instantly been my favorite children.
I don't
Not that
know
you're
if we're
supposed to have to.
I don't know if we're dressing up this time, but we have previously. Sophie was the mermaid last year, last event, and then
Yeah.
before that we did a family cosplay of Isadora Moon, and I dressed up as her mum. So I don't know. I don't know what our
Oh,
vibe is for this event, just because it's going to be hot. So
yeah.
yeah, it's summer and I almost went and I really wanted to and I didn't. Because I never find the one I want, but I nearly did Scoops Ahoy, Stranger Things Scoops Ahoy,
Oh, excellent.
because I don't know if I have got an ice cream truck, but I have campaigned for one and I can't remember if you got one.
I hope
But I
so.
have asked for one. I think we did get one, you know. But there is I'm not giving anything away here, but there is going to be a little bit of a Stranger Things kind of vibe to Fright Fest
Oh,
without saying anything else.
Okay.
There might be a bit of a Stranger Things vibe, so I might end up doing Stranger Things something. You never know.
Mhm.
I never know what to do because I always think like, who could I be on Stranger Things? Because if I go the whole L thing, then you're gonna have like no hair. I'm not that dedicated to my cosplay. There's
yeah.
nothing I can do with this hair to make it look like no hair. So,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of going down like, would I be Robin? I think cosplays are really tricky as well because I always worry like, what if people don't know who I am?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like that for Nadia, but at the same time, I was like, the people who get it are my people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think mine's going to be really obvious, but I'm hoping in the context of having the twins and Alex there that it should be recognizable at least.
Well,
But
I'm excited now.
who would you cosplay as if you had money and time
Oh,
unlimited?
I don't even know if it's about money and time. I think more about what I look like. I would love to do like a really good like Wonder Woman, but I really could not pull that off.
Cosplays for everyone.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know it is. I know I do. I believe that for everyone but me. Do you know what? I love seeing people like no matter what the size, no matter like that, everything. But like I think it's more of a like, you know, when it's you and you feel
Yeah.
really like
No, I completely get
Well,
you.
oh, we get it. But we are
yes.
still cheerleading that you can do it.
We're
But I'm
cheerleading.
I am everybody else's cheerleader, and it gets to me, and I'm like, why have I done this to myself? Why have you like set yourself up for this? And I almost do it as an accountability thing. I'm like, I'll go right. I'm going to be April O'Neil, and then I have to be. And because if I didn't put it out there, then I might like bottle it on the day. Do you know what I mean? But then everyone's
Yeah.
expecting April O'Neil, so I'll turn up. But I guess someone like a Wonder Woman or like a really good Scarlet Witch because she's my favorite
I could see that
female
as well.
Marvel.
Yeah, I could
I
see
have
you
done
doing that.
Scarlet Witch once. I've done the WandaVision, like the classic comic book Scarlet Witch that was on the WandaVision where she had the
Yeah.
red headpiece and stuff. So I
Oh,
have done that
lovely.
once for Halloween.
Okay.
And so I think it's like a really good Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, we've got one last tradition that we do with our
Oh,
guests.
God.
Well, we're trying to make it a tradition.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition,
Right.
I believe.
Yeah.
We say it's a tradition.
We've done
so
it
it's a
we've done it
tradition.
at least 3 times. It's a tradition now.
Oh, well,
Okay.
that's definitely a tradition.
Yeah.
Twice not, 3 times definitely.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
least.
Right. So what we do is we get our D8s out. And I've got some lovely D8s which I'll describe to you in just a moment.
Okay.
And then we've got 8 questions. We roll the dice and ask a random question.
Okay. Oh, my God.
We'll just do a
Is it
couple.
about me or Nerdfest or
We're
anything?
not doing all 8. We'll just do a couple of them. So the
Okay.
first dice, I don't know if we can see these. Oh, it's got a screen.
It's a green.
It's a big.
Oh,
It's
green.
it's a big green one.
Big
It's
green.
massive. This one. This is a big green, right? I've got a little see-through one which has a dagger in it.
Okay.
I've got a pink sparkle.
Oh.
I've got a blue sparkle. I've got a glow in the dark. And I've got a black sparkle.
Oh.
So if you would like to choose one of those, please, then I will roll the dice.
I'm going to choose the black sparkle. 'Cause I'm
Black
very.
sparkle.
Sure, roll, and I will say the questions.
That's a number 3. It's the returner.
Oh, it's the one that comes up every time.
Oh, does it?
Which fictional world would you like to live in for a month?
Oh. Fictional world. Definitely not the Upside Down.
No, definitely.
No.
Oh. I'm going to say, would this class as a fictional world if I was in the Emerald City?
Yeah,
No.
totally.
Well,
It's gonna
yeah, I mean,
to
it
be
would-
like something Wicked Wizard of Oz theme because I'm obsessed with that. So it's gonna have to be that really. I'm gonna have to meet like Glinda and Elphaba.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sing along all the time.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna have to, and I'm gonna have to meet Fiero because who doesn't want to meet him?
Who doesn't want to meet that?
Truth.
Mwah.
Then. Right, do you want to choose another one?
A colour.
Yeah, another dice.
A pink one. There was a pink one, wasn't there?
There was a
Pink
pink sparkle. Yeah,
pink little sparkles. For Glinda.
that's number 2.
Ooh, what is a food item that you cannot live without?
Oh, good one. Because I can be really like eat the same meal for a million days and then get put off it. Oh, you've really stumped us there. Because I don't really think there's anything that I'm really like. Probably if I'm gonna go like chocolate, then
Chocolate's a good
chocolate.
answer.
Look,
There's enough variety in there, I think.
chocolate. I think it's got to be chocolate because, like, I could live without. Like, I could just chip and change me that food for chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't think I could not eat chocolate again.
Yeah.
Right, should we do one more?
Yes.
Go on then. I can't remember your colours now though.
We've got
the
big
green one.
green.
We'll go for the green screen one.
The green screen one. Hang on. That's 2. I'll re-roll that. Number 1.
Ooh, this is a good one. 80s versus 90s movies.
Which is better?
Yes.
80s. Without a hesitation.
Yeah.
Only because for me, I mean, obviously I grew up mainly with the 90s. Well, not obvious, you don't know how old I am. I'm 40 this year. I grew up with more the 90s, but I think 80s as a whole decade, as a whole thing of time, like the movies, if you hear 80s music, it's just so like poignant. It's so like that's 80s.
Yeah.
And I love like the Breakfast Club and all your John Hughes stuff, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's got it, and that's what I love about Stranger Things is the vibe, the 80s vibe in Stranger Things is just, yeah. I don't get us wrong, I do like a lot of 90s movies, but if I was going to choose, I would choose 80s.
It would be 80s for me as well.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
yeah.
there's always a debate on Nerdy Up North about this.
This is why the question exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't get us wrong, there's a lot of 90s movies that would argue me point for 80s.
Yeah.
But I think there's a certain feeling of an 80s movie that just sits right with me.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, big shout out to the Goonies. I know like Paul obsessed with the Goonies. But the Goonies, the Breakfast Club, the total classics like that, Dirty
Yeah.
Dancing, Back to the Future. They're
Labyrinth.
just movies. Labyrinth. They're just movies that just live on
Yeah.
forever, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think I can name, and I like 90s movies, but can I name one off the top of my head? I don't know.
The only one I can always name is Clueless on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, and I think Pretty Woman just pips it in the 90s, you know, but I class that as an 80s movie.
It's got that vibe.
It's got a very 80s vibe, yeah.
I think it has, because I went through a period I hadn't watched a lot of 80s. There's loads of 80s movies I hadn't seen. And I actually had that on my list as 80s, and then I realised it was not 80s.
Oops.
So there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, 80s, definitely.
Excellent. Right. I think we're about ready to wrap this up now, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have anything else that you want to promote, Laura, while you're here?
I don't think so. I think we've kind of covered it all, and I think you're probably sick of me rambling on already.
No, we love it.
But there is, I mean, we've already covered. There's a lot more stuff for the kids this year. In the summer event, I think especially with it just being the schools breaking up, we've been like really keen on. We've got like face painting this time. There's slime making, animal handling. We've got the bubble guy. I'm not sure about the magician. I need to check with that because I can't remember whether he was otherwise engaged. But I will check about that. But yeah, just come to the event.
We'll have all the links in our show notes and stuff, so
yeah, totally. But yeah, we've got the Back to the Future car and a car from the Fast and the Furious.
Oh.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the animals myself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not actually very sure what animals are going to be there. I don't know that yet. Who knows? I don't know. I need to look that up, but yeah. Guess I need to stay away from them.
Right, so Next episode, we are going to be chatting about tabletop role-playing games, the good old TTRPGs, from Dungeons and Dragons to Cyberpunk to the Alien one and whatever else you've played in between. We're going to just talk about our experiences, ones we really like, things
Ones
like
that I want to play.
ones that you want to play, yeah. We'll go into all of that next time. We've got the main podcast back, and they're talking about Tarantino movies tomorrow. We've got your Monster Mondays, your Top Gun Tuesdays, Rumblecast Wednesdays, Anime Club Fridays. Trekking Up North will be back soon. Then you've got either us or Countdown to Doomsday on Saturdays. Nerdy Up North really does have something for all your nerdy needs. And now it's time to sign off.
And I've remembered this time, so keep your hearts full and your fandoms first, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.